first thing I saw when I got off at the airport was beautiful trees, beautiful beaches, like blue everything. It's like blue, saw life. I seen some new buildings, like buildings being constructed. Like, this don't quite look like poverty to me.
Right.
It looks like a great up and coming continent that's building. They're trying their best to build.
In today's video, we take a look at this Black American man who is a music composer by the name Mr. Jason Siemens, who visits Africa and finds love in Africa. He shares his experience after visiting Africa and living here in Africa. So let's listen to him as he shares his life story with us.
Yes. Welcome back. Welcome back to Ghana. Welcome back to Ghana.
Glad to be back.
And welcome home.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Where in the US were you born?
I was born and raised in Washington, D.C.
Wow. Being raised in the United States, what was your perception about Africa? Did you hear about Africa? Did you learn about Africa in school?
Not really. The perception growing up, being in high school, was like, it was always war-torn, poverty, the late night infomercials that people like to add on to, as far as like the children being big bellies and malnutrition and stuff like that. So as I got older, I started to research a little bit more on my own. My first trip to Africa was in 2012. I went to Kenya.
Wow.
And changed my life.
Changed your life.
Yeah, it changed my life.
But the United States is said to be to change lives. So how come Africa changed your life? Okay, let me see. How come Africa changed your life again?
Well, I feel like Africa changed my life from a positive perspective, more positive perspective of just more peace, more people that get along with one another. There was more camaraderie, more brotherhood, just people helping one another.
Wow.
When I came here, everybody is waving at you and speaking to you. How you doing, brother? How you doing? It's a different feeling. To put it into words, it's kind of hard, but for me, it's just a different feeling. Right. Living in the United States for so long, I was telling my girlfriend the other day, we had this conversation. I said, I felt dread. I feel a sense of dread. And yes, the jobs are there. The infrastructure might be there, but I feel like at the end of the day, it's more dread. At what expense? Yeah, you say, oh yeah, the jobs are better. Okay, what expense? At what expense? Is that the expense of your insanity? And so I start to really take all of that into factor. And, being out here twice now, being in Kenya and then being out here in Ghana, this is my second time being out here in Ghana.
Right.
And I love it. I just love it. I've been hanging out with my girlfriend. We've just been having fun. And
that's like Ghana chocolate for you.
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
Yeah. So stepping foot in Kenya for the first time in 2012, how was the feeling like, coming to Africa? Whatever you saw on the screens in the United States about Africa was, let's say, it wasn't in the right way to see things like that in Africa, because you don't normally see all these things in Africa. You have to go really far to see these things. It's not common. So seeing these things in the United States and first stepping foot in Africa, how was the feeling like?
To me, well, the first thing I saw when I got off at the airport was beautiful trees, beautiful beaches, like blue everything. It's like blue, saw life. I seen some new buildings, like buildings being constructed. This don't quite look like poverty to me.
Right.
It looks like a great up and coming continent that's building. They're trying their best to build, and it's coming slowly, but it's coming along. That's all that matters. Yeah, that's all that matters.
But coming along.
Yeah.
Yes. You came to Ghana last year, and it was your first time.
Yes.
Why did you choose Ghana? You went to Kenya, and how long were you there in Kenya?
The first time I went to Kenya, I was there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you fell in love with Africa.
Yeah.
But you've never been to Ghana?
I've been to Kenya 4 times. I went to Kenya 4 times after that.
Yo,
Yeah.
So what brought you to Ghana?
So last year, unfortunately, I suffered loss in the family. Both my mom and my dad passed away. Back-to-back months.
So sorry.
Yeah, thank you. So upon their death, they were really sick, so they had to be put in nursing homes. My dad was in a nursing home, the particular one he was in. He was staying with a fellow Ghanaian who was a caretaker. He was a caretaker in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and he was a Ghanaian. So I said, me and him got to talk, and I was like, I said, I need to visit your country one day. He's like, hey man, you should. I was just like, he was serious about it. I was like, okay. So I took him up on the offer. He said, I got family out there. He said, if you ever want to go out there, just, contact me. I'll contact my family so they know you're coming, and they can give you some kind of, stay, just stay with them. So I said, well, okay, all right. So he was real serious about it. So I said, I said, you know what? I don't have a lot of time. So I said, let me go ahead and just take a week out there. Okay. Just take a week. Yeah. Just go out there and see what it's like. Man, went out there, fell in love. Met my girlfriend out there the first time.
Wow.
And so
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. So it was beautiful. I made a mission to say I'm gonna come back the next year and stay longer and just try to enjoy the environment. And that's what I've been doing. It's just haven't looked back since.
So let's talk about your profession. Back home in the US, what do you do? And coming to, let's say, Africa, what are your plans? Because so many people step foot to Africa and then they see so many opportunities and they jump on it. So what are your plans for Africa, and what's your profession as well?
Well, right now, my current occupation in the United States, I'm a security guard for a government facility. So I work for the government, so to speak. I've been working that job now for about 16 years.
Oh, okay.
So it's...
Are you the CIA? Because people will come to my comment section, be like, I know this guy, the CIA.
I'm not a CIA agent. Okay. Nope, not trying to spy on anybody.
Okay.
Just an honest man, just trying to enjoy life. That's all. That's all. I feel like, again, working in the United States, it's a blessing. I thank God for the job I do have. It's put food on the table. It's allowed me to afford a house over there. Some good living quality.
Awesome.
With that said, I also feel tired. I also feel, like I said earlier, stress, dread. Right. I just feel like, it's just, I don't know. It sounds crazy, but you just feel like you're not having fun anymore. You're just living somewhere. You're not having fun there. You just don't really enjoy it.
Life for you.
Yeah. So one of the reasons I did come to Africa, one of the reasons was, I was interested in land. I was interested in investing.
Right.
We've talked. A couple of friends of mine have talked, and my girlfriend have talked, and it's an interesting thing. I've been out here scoping out places and just really interested in doing some investment.
Okay, now let's go into life. Is Africa really the future, as people say?
I believe it is. I believe it is. Just looking around. Just look around. Just drive around the city for like a whole day and just see what you see. You're seeing new homes being built, just like that. You're seeing office buildings being built just like that. I believe that jobs are coming. Right. They're slow, but I believe the jobs, the environment, the whole infrastructure is going to be there. It's just going to be a slow. People have to have patience. Right. It's just going to be a slow thing, but I believe that the infrastructure is there.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yes. If your voice could be heard around the world with just a sentence, what will you tell the world about Africa? Otherworldly.
Just it's so serene out here. It's just serene, beautiful. I would say beautiful, just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be the advice for people who have visited Africa or who are scared of visiting Africa and never visited?
Come. Just come. Make up your mind and just come. Don't keep thinking about it, and stop taking in what you hear from Western media. Stop taking in what you hear from Western media. Just do your own research and just go experience. The best knowledge is to experience it for yourself. That's the best knowledge.
Wow.
Thank you very much for watching. Let me know your comments and your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe as well to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.